Panharmonicon presents a podcast.
All right, on me in 3, 2, 1. Well, it's Groundhog Day. Again. And that must mean that we're up here at Gobbler's Knob, waiting for the forecast from the world's most famous groundhog weatherman, Punxsutawney Phil, who's just about to tell us how much more winter we can expect.
Bill Moray eel? Is that
Bill
Moray?
Moray Hill?
Moray? Bill Moray?
Bill
Not
Moray.
Murray. And he's just an eel.
Bill Moray.
How different would this movie be if the main character was just an eel?
Well,
I think
I
radically.
guess it wouldn't start.
He wouldn't be in a loop. He'd just be in an aquarium.
Like, I don't think you would have been able to get to
Punxsutawney.
eat those gopher cakes till you explode.
Is that the Punxsutawney Phil theme
Till
song?
you explode.
I would have honestly probably eaten gopher cakes. It's so weird that they were able to encapsulate the concept of a 90s like snack commercial within like a 90s commercial, but not about snacks.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what gopher cakes are?
I'm Googling it right now. 'Cause I did not.
Yeah, gopher cakes. What a commercial.
Anti-junk food public service announcement.
Mm-hmm. It's just this house of kids. I mean, like preteens, early teens, eating a bunch of They were doing everything to those gopher cakes. They were turning them into smoothies. They made like birthday cakes out of gopher cakes. They turn them into.
There's a real gopher ice cream.
Like made out of gophers?
Well, I don't know. A real business that sells signature and custom ice cream cakes. So, no.
No, okay.
So, that's good.
That'd be kind of.
They're called gopher cakes, though.
Real world gopher cakes, yeah.
What do you real
Gopher
world?
cakes.
Like, I'm sorry, is there like some kind of fantasy world where gopher
this
cakes
PSA,
exist?
I think,
Oh.
like maybe based off it. Who knows?
Good grief.
Get up, get out.
You know what would be nice?
What's up? World peace?
If here at Panharmonicon Studios presents...
Whoa.
Look at that. A podcast.
You know, if they sold gopher cakes, real world gopher cakes.
If we did?
Yeah.
I mean, we could. But I guess would it be... So if the real life gopher cakes is GOFER, would we be GOPHER? Because like pan... Well, no, pan. Doesn't have
What
a
if we just did
PH.
something like GO-4?
Ooh, go for cakes.
Gopher
like
cakes.
how you answer the phone. Like
Gopher
gopher cakes.
And they just go for it.
Yeah, gopher
Go-
cakes. Whoa, that's the tagline. Go for it.
Go for it.
Holy
Go
yeah.
for it.
Go for it.
Don't steal that. Anyone's
Trademark.
Yeah.
And if you are going to steal it, at least give us a subscription,
Yeah.
or
There
a
we
comment,
go.
and
Yeah.
a like. Because I'd hate to know that people are listening and taking our ideas, but not even
And
giving
then
us
not
anything
even-
back.
Not a
Yeah.
not a
Like,
1 through 5 rating on Spotify. No comment, no follow.
Nothing, right?
Like, you
No,
can
click
take it,
that.
but at least acknowledge that you listen to us.
Yeah, please.
Because I'll take that engagement if
There
we're
you
going
go.
to take the idea.
That and also at least like one coupon.
Yeah.
One coupon,
sure,
you know, if
for
you're gonna
the
take
cake,
it,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, give us one coupon.
I'm with you.
Preferably, I would say a year. You know, if you
Year
created
free
a business,
cakes?
a year free
you
cakes,
mean like
Whoa.
a black card, like those like Chipotle cards that you get for
Yeah.
Chipotle for a year.
where it's just like one free burrito a week though.
It used to be daily, I think, but then like it became weekly because I think people were it's weird to say people were taking advantage of it because
They were just using
you have
the
to be
service.
like a rich person to even get it in the first place.
Yeah.
But you don't even pay for it.
Right.
So it's like, why give someone that's already able to afford Chipotle for life a card for Chipotle for life?
It's the jeez, I had it and then it's gone. But it's like the whole used to pay for clothes, now I get it all for free. There's some lyric.
That sounds like a Childish Gambino line.
Might be. It's either that or Tyler. I don't know. We're getting yelled at in the comments. Getting
probably.
lit up.
Hey, I'd rather that be happening than
The engagement. There we
us
go.
being correct and silent.
Yeah, that's the internet, right? You got to say something wrong for people to
The people give a damn about you. Yeah.
It's the new internet, sadly.
Yeah.
That the thing designed to give you correct information is now used.
Yeah.
But, we won't get into the politics
Googly
of the world.
Yeah.
Instead, we're going to get into this episode of the Panharmonicon Studios presents a podcast. And,
A little loop there.
well, because Panharmonicon Studios presents a podcast is the title of the podcast.
Yes.
So, it's a Panharmonicon Studios presents podcast.
Podcast. Yes. That's
I'm with you.
podcast. Yes.
Yeah. So, how we been doing recently, gentlemen?
I've been good, man. I as you know, dropped off a couple new recipes. There's the Java chip, which, by the way, is almost kind of like a little shot of coffee.
Okay.
It really is. Yeah,
So-
I had one last night.
Yeah.
Mistake. I
Energizer?
did not sleep. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Because I will say the Bourbon ones, it was a very boozy cookie.
They're bub. Oh,
And
yeah.
I
you
was
got
like,
the-
I was like,
yeah.
took a shot. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, put a little bourbon infused there.
A little air on your chest.
But the coffee cookie will get you alert.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're studying for a test or, even if you just want to stay up a little bit longer to finish that video game.
There you go.
I think a Java chip cookie will do you well. And also the lemon cheesecake was super fun to make.
I'm excited for that.
I had to let me know what you think. It flavored my tongue. It flavored my taste buds.
Whoa.
And it treated them to a nice dinner that we met on Tinder.
Nice.
Ooh.
And went on a couple dates to my tongue with lemon zest, poppy seeds, and a lemon glaze made from scratch. We don't need to get into all the specifics, but it was a good cookie. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little dry. We're hitting that part of the winter. Like, I don't know if you can tell,
dry
but
skin.
like around my eyes, in a audio podcast, telling you guys to look at my face.
Fairly, I looked at his face. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I didn't.
It's like right here. I don't know. I'm scaly today, I guess, is just why I'm...
Scaly?
Yeah, like it gets... My dry skin gets flaky. So it's just like... so it was... Call back. Do you remember when you were like, oh, what happened to your face? And you were like, there was something around here that you were like, oh, what happened?
Oh, when was that?
Oh, maybe like a year ago. So this has always been a problem. Like I have a problem area, and then it's kind of spread to the other parts of my face.
Okay.
And so for sure, just have to go to a doctor, but don't want to do that.
Yeah, get yourself a dermatologist.
Yeah. So, but I don't think I have one. So then I'm going to have to go get a physical. So
Yeah,
just
too many
kicking that
steps.
can. Yeah. Like I just got to put lotion on it, and I'm good. I forget to do that, and then it gets bad. So
Do
it's a
you
little...
use a lotion that you use for the rest of your body, or do you have a special lotion for your face?
It is a special. I forget the brand, but it's like a nighttime revitalize your skin barrier or whatever the heck the tagline is.
Vitamin E and collagen maybe infused?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it sounds like good stuff, but
Yeah, I just got some new facial cream from
Ooh.
TJ Maxx,
okay,
courtesy of mi madre.
nice.
We went out to, where did we go? First Watch, had breakfast last week,
Nice.
in the Sunday morning, and she was like, I want to go to TJ Maxx, and I just did one of those what the kids do. You just slip a little,
Toss it in the cart.
yeah, a little $5.99 here, a little $6.99 there.
Nice.
It's good.
How are you, Dame?
Well, I'm doing okay. I just learned that I don't think I've ever seen you without your glasses. Without them, you kind of look like Rob McElhaney.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
From It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I also just had. Which one is this? Is this the lemon poppy seed?
Lemon Poppy Wet.
Oh, okay.
Wet?
Yeah, have you, ever
like
seen Atlanta?
lemon pepper wet?
Yeah.
It's the lemon poppy wet, apparently. It is very tasty. Very
Thank you.
You get that immediate zest from the lemon. It's a real
Yes.
hit to the taste buds.
I'm be zesting.
It was really good. I've only taken a part of it. I didn't want to be eating while we were on the podcast.
I don't know. I think the audience would appreciate hearing
No,
The
I don't think
crinkle,
they
the
would, 'cause
ASMR,
they probably just hear a bunch
Cookie
of, and I can't stand mouth.
Yeah, I will say
sounds.
in editing we smack. We are some lip smackers, so I'm cutting those out.
Like yeah,
for the
whenever I'm
audience.
doing like a so what the hell was like that's most of my like
Most of your editing.
is trying to remove those and like the not even just or those times where I'm like about to start talking, so I take a breath and I can hear like the inhalation.
Yeah,
and it reminds me of the Coming to America, the Soul Glow song. If you ever listen to it, it's hilarious because the person singing is singing so powerfully that you can hear them like they'll be like, just let your soul
feeling oh so silky smooth.
and it just and that I'm like it's funny there, but like when I'm hearing it while just like a person is talking, especially since we're all like just mic'd up, you can't see us. So there's no like natural setting. Just be like, oh, I can understand like they're taking their breaths or their pauses and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want that to happen to you listeners. But no, I've been good. I have what have I been doing actually? I don't think I've really been doing too much, which is perfectly fine. It's I'm gearing up towards my birthday. It's at the end of February, the very end of February. It's 28th, and
Writing that down.
it is not going to be like a extravaganza or anything like that. It's just going to be me turning 39, which is not. It's not 40, and it's not 35 or 30. It's just 39, which is perfectly okay. That's another year around this on this spinning, flaming orb. I guess the spinning rocky orb.
That's crazy.
That's spinning around a flaming orb called the sun. I did recently start watching. I don't typically watch streamers all that much, but I've been watching some streamers because there's this thing in Minecraft. There's a mod called Cobblemon apparently.
Yeah.
Where basically you turn it into Pokemon, but in the Minecraft like frame structure.
So it's like you take Pokemon and then you just make it, I guess not square, but like they shifted the art and stuff too, so they're like all out in the wild. It's pretty cool.
So you have a bunch of Pokemon entities in the minefield world. Essentially, it's same point.
So
same.
Basically, the concept. So the concept of what I'm watching is that basically you're playing Minecraft. You're still like having to build, craft, and things like that. But like you want to capture Pokemon, and they have like tournaments where they just like they get their Pokemon together and they have a tournament.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's cool.
And so that's been interesting. I've been thinking like, oh, that seems fun. I might do it eventually, but we'll see. That's been me.
Yeah.
And that has been our little catch up. It's been a little short while since we've all been together. We watched some movies between this time.
Oh yeah.
And I also got to looking up more poorly explained movie plots. But this time, unlike what obvious, this is a 100% Damon created
Let's go.
movie plot.
Yes. Ooh. I shouldn't try to snap with my left hand. That's pointless.
And I am now
It's pointless.
kind of learning that it can be pretty hard.
Okay, you got forearm control.
So
Sorry to flex on you, dude.
Pretty hard to create. You mean?
They kinda
it was
are.
hard
I don't
to-
doubt it.
and the way that that I think are fun.
Yes.
Especially because like sometimes a movie like this movie is going to be a little bit too. It's going to be too specific, I think. So I couldn't really frame it in a way of trying to make it seem like it was another movie.
So you think we're going to get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, if you guys are not aware of this little section of our podcast, it's where I typically grab a movie plot explained poorly from the subreddit of the similar name, and then let Andrew and Farron here try to figure it out. Only this time, I did it 100% myself. And in this episode of Poorly Explained Movie Plots, a guy gets bullied in school, falls for the popular girl, and also maybe a thief. Goes with the thief to find out more about his past, and ends up fighting Spike.
And is him fighting who?
Spike.
Spike Lee.
I'll leave it up to you to determine who the Spike is.
All right. So I got this timer started here. Giving the folks, folks includes myself, 5 minutes. There's a smack to cut out.
Just don't think about it because you're gonna just get really in your own head.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay. I along with other things, but all right. I'm sorry. So, like last time when we recorded, you did something to where you used names.
So I will say that I did use that. I did do that.
Spike,
like the one name that is existing.
Spike. Okay.
Yes.
And we're not talking. No way. This isn't Spike Spiegel, right? We're not Kelly. It has.
Okay, I will say no. It's not Spike Spiegel.
Okay.
But it would have been interesting because that could have been like that could be like the voice actor or it could be
yeah. But then I didn't think the voice actor. Then again, I can't even picture the voice actor. He can walk right past me in a UDF.
Yeah, true.
Huh?
I said English or Japanese.
English, yeah. Well, Cowboy Bebop. Well, I'm getting off topic here, but
so popular girl, potential thief,
and also maybe a thief.
Are they two separate people?
They're two separate people.
Okay. Can we get a genre?
Action, adventure, fighting.
Action, adventure, fighting. Who's the guy again? Can you start from the top? And just give us the first.
A guy gets bullied in school.
A guy gets bullied in school.
What's the year?
Falls for
2000 and. I usually give you the decade.
I was like, what?
Is it?
But I'll say in this one,
early
2009.
2009.
Never Back Down?
No.
That. Never Back Down. That sounds like that would have been a fun way. I've never seen the movie, and maybe they do say it that way. Oh, boy. A guy gets bullied in school.
Mm-hmm.
Falls for
the popular girl.
And maybe a thief.
And also maybe a thief.
So two.
So he goes with the thief to find out more about his past and ends up fighting Spike.
Who is Spike? Who?
In 2009?
Yeah, that's...
The Spike
I guess
it's 2009.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so an actor that played a character named Spike in a movie before 2009.
Not a movie.
Oh, like Spike the dog from
show.
Rugrats?
Spike from what?
Rugrats? The dog?
Oh. I thought I heard Rugrats.
Did that make it any better for you, that clarification? Wait, oh, okay. It goes with the thief where he meets Spike.
He ends up fighting Spike.
He ends up fighting Spike.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I told you fighting was one of the genres. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a real genre of movie, but
Well, I just kind of imagined. Oh boy, minute 30 seconds left. I just kind of imagined. Doesn't even matter. This is, and here you thought that we were going to get this.
Yeah.
What is it that makes you think
always
we were
have
going to get
so
this?
much hope. And
Yeah, and I mean, just disappoint you every time.
You're like, oh, this is an easy one.
no, actually, I thought this one was pretty. Maybe it's because I thought. I mean, I tried to strip out a lot of the goofy, not the goofy. I actually tried to strip out a lot of the plot to make it very bare bones.
Sure, I mean, you have to explain it.
So many of these things end up being just like they talk about a scene in the movie.
Oh yeah,
I'm like that you shouldn't be doing just like a scene.
yeah.
Zombieland.
No.
I just gotta start.
I will give you the Spike.
Oh, okay.
The Spike is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I hate to tell you that does not.
I didn't figure it would help you. I thought it would help. I thought it would help.
You know,
Farrah.
and I almost kind of feel bad even for having the answer now, because sometimes I'm like, did he give us something to? Because
I knew the instant that I had to give you. Yes, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Because that's the only movie that I can think of Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer actually having a role. Mm-hmm. I am just so used to seeing him in TV. Yeah.
Sure. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
I think I saw this movie in theaters. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, same here.
Same here.
Same here. We all made
Sorry.
that mistake. We all.
Yeah, we gave him money.
Oh boy.
Do we think that was like the catalyst for all the live action remakes of things?
When they're already. When did Speed Racer come out?
2008, I think.
Okay, so there you go.
Before.
But I didn't think Speed Racer was that bad.
I mean, it's not as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yes.
Speed Racer.
I'm not gonna Google.
Dragon Ball
That's too
Evolution
much.
was
Dragon Ball Evolution is god awful.
Garbage.
boy.
One of the worst movies to ever exist.
Like the Avatar
And
remake.
you'll be seeing it eventually here on Panharmonicon
Oh,
Studios
God.
presents a podcast.
All right. Can we do bad remake month?
I didn't say soon. I just said you will eventually be seeing
yes.
it.
When we build up the tolerance for it.
Well, folks,
Enough
There we
bad
go.
movies. So,
We got the
now for our
W.
feature presentation.
feature
Presentation.
In a world.
Yeah, we got the W. We had to also and I need to find a way to
Start
the
marking
best way to
these.
start marking. Yeah,
Get that expel, shred sheet, shed sheet.
I thought you were about to say a Harry Potter spell or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah.
Expelliarmus Predator Shittigus.
Statistics.
Accios Formats Balls.
Well, folks, you know what today is? It's a very special day in February. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day.
It's the day that old Panharmonicon Phil comes out of his box to see if he's seen Groundhog's Day.
That's
Yeah.
our first sponsored brand connection.
Punxsutawney Gopher. What is he? Sorry, he's a groundhog.
He's a
Oh my
groundhog.
god,
The name of the
name.
I hate to say
in the
it.
movie.
I hate to say it. Kind
I was
of
like
in
an
the.
otter.
He's a woodchuck, right?
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Yikes.
So, just for complete transparency, so this month will be a lot of time loop movies.
Thematic.
Yes. Some of which I don't even know if I would even. We'll get to that. But today, in honor of Groundhog Day, we are tackling a Bill Murray classic with Andy McDowell. So, Groundhog Day. Phil, played by Bill Murray, is a weatherman, is out to cover the annual emergence of the groundhog from its hole. He gets caught in a blizzard that he didn't predict and finds himself trapped in a time warp. He's doomed to relive the same day over and over again until he gets it right.
And I just wanted to, I think, pin this in here. I looked up because I was very curious, like how many loops he did, and the director. They originally said something like 10,000 years, but then
Yeah.
they redacted it to 10 years. So that's... I would go mad, I think.
It's interesting that you bring that up because, so I had looked at some information, I came across something similar, and I put this in the calendar, but I heard that the reason why the 10,000 was mentioned is because Harold Ramis, eventually went on to, his wife was Buddhist, and so... According to her, or according to Buddhist tradition, it takes 10,000 years to reform a soul. Is that what you read as well?
Wow.
Did you come across that? Yeah.
No, I just knew.
Oh, to reach nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would make sense based off of. I don't know, but was that before or after this movie was directed?
When in context, it was kind of shown to be after.
Okay.
You mean after for Harold Ramis?
Yeah,
when
for
he
Harold
met his
Ramis
wife?
himself. Yeah.
That's what I took it to mean. It could mean they could have been already together when filming this movie. I'm not sure, but yeah. But then I think I saw 30 to 40 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I'm not sure how long it would take for him if he's just trapped in one day in a time loop to get to know so many people. And,
Yeah.
and do
And
all
then
those things.
learn French, poetry,
Learn how to play the piano.
ice sculpting was the other one
Yes.
that I saw mentioned.
So I actually did not look up anything about. Well, I did actually look up something about this movie, but not about the loops. So I'm glad that you guys did look that information up because while I wasn't too concerned about it, the thing I was concerned about was pretty sad. Which is okay. So as we know, the movie is directed by Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis plays Egon Spengler in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
This is in fact their first project together since Ghostbusters 2. Was it 4 years prior? This is also their last project together. They butted heads crazily on this movie, and Bill stopped talking to Harold.
Wow.
And he stopped talking to Harold all the way up until shortly before Harold died in 2014. Apparently, Harold wanted the movie to be a bit more on the comedic side, and Bill, who was going through some things, really wanted it to be more serious. So he was forcing rewrites. He was going around Harold to do rewrites.
Wow.
And they butted heads a number of times on this movie. And it's funny because you don't see that in this movie at all. It really is just Bill playing Bill, which Bill always does. And it's crazy to think that so much could happen and that they could still get this movie out.
Yeah.
Like a movie like this out and then just somehow just stop talking to one another.
It is wild.
Yeah.
And he makes a cameo in this movie too, right?
He does.
Yeah.
He's the neuroscientist or neurosurgeon. I'm not sure. He's playing a doctor.
Yeah, another science guy.
Yeah. But released in, not on Groundhog's Day, but released February 12th of 1993. It had its premiere on the 4th, so still not Groundhog's Day. Budget of $14.6 million. It was the number one movie of February in 1993. And ended with a lifetime box office of $71 million.
Interesting.
For some reason, Wikipedia says 105.
Yeah.
No other person other
Says
than
that number?
Wikipedia seems to say 105.
Do they have a source
I
on
could not
that?
even find Wikipedia's like
Where they got that
source.
Yeah.
Okay.
94 audience versus 88%. No, I'm sorry. Flip that.
94%
critic versus 88%. No, actually, no. I think I'm correct. 94 audience, 88 critic. No,
94% critic. Yeah.
94 audience, 94 critic, 88% audience.
I'll get through it.
On Rotten Tomatoes, 8 out of 10 IMDb, and for some reason only a 3.8 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Not sure why they're kind of like just slightly behind everybody else, but considering all the movies we just did, it's a complete change.
Yes. Get to watch a good movie.
Let's pace on those numbers. And movies that came out in February. There's a reason this movie was number one. I mean, it was a good movie, but Homeward Bound, I think, was the next. It was like the third, with A Few Good Men being there as well. Aladdin was like up there as well, and that came out in November of '92.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow, okay.
Staying power.
There wasn't much that came out, but it still would have probably done pretty well for itself. And as you said, it is about a weather reporter named Phil, played by Bill Murray, going to Punxsutawney to cover Punxsutawney Phil. I feel like they only named him Phil for that joke, and they only used the joke one singular time in the entire movie. A movie that has time loops in it.
Yeah.
That joke still only comes around one time. It's interesting to know that it's between 10 and 40 years of him looping. Because I would have gone crazy just off of like a week.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Of that.
I think it would either that or it would have been, and this is maybe saying something about me, a lot more of like the drunk driving scene where he's like, it doesn't matter, let me just run stuff over. Then it's just GTA, I think, at that point. I'm not killing people, but
like he does for like a period of time.
Yeah.
And it's also really interesting to think that it eventually gets its way into him killing himself.
Yes, the toaster bath.
Yeah.
I think this was my first introduction into that.
And I think it's really interesting because
I don't know what that means, but that's crazy. So sorry.
I mean, that became a... I wonder if that came before or after this movie.
Was that's kind of like taking a toaster bath?
Well, I mean, that's like a meme almost at this point. Really, like the toaster in the bath. But I don't feel like I've seen that in media before this movie.
Okay.
I guess maybe that's going into the whole suicide aspect of it. So maybe it might not
I just find it odd that that means he's experiencing death.
Yes.
But he never really talks about that part. Because he does it multiple times.
Yeah.
You see him do it at least like 4 times. But he never talks, like, he does, like, when he's kind of like venting towards the end of the movie, talk about the fact that he's doing it. But he never talks about, like, if he's experiencing, like, a momentary afterlife or anything like that, and then being pulled back. Also, I did want to look this up, but I ended up running into the him and Harold spat thing. Do we know exactly when the day resets for him?
Oh.
What do you mean when?
Like, so, like, is it at 5:59 a.m.? Is that when, like, no matter what he's doing, he immediately wakes up?
I kind of took it as, or at least I assume that the day only restarts, one, I suppose, if he fell asleep or if he killed himself.
But there are times when like he's awake before 5:59, and he is aware that it feels like he's awake, but then 5:59 happens, and then he like
then it's Cher all over.
Then all of a
again.
sudden he's like
waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think they only show like at least on the clock, and I could be wrong, but I thought it was like only 4 a.m. was the one that we see, because like where he's like trying to stay up, but then he falls.
And then there's that time when like.
I guess when
Rita's like with him, and she's expecting it to happen at midnight. Because I was like, it was so funny because I wrote a note like right shortly before that. I was wondering like, when does the day reset from? Is it at midnight or is it at like when he wakes up? And then she's with him and she's like, it's midnight, and he's like, well, what were you expecting? She's like, you knew I thought it was going to reset at midnight. I was like, that's funny because I thought it was going to reset at midnight too, but I wasn't sure.
I mean, even though he's shown to be already awake a couple minutes before the alarm goes off, I just took that as that's the sort of anticipatory wake up right before, which I do that all the time, where I might wake up a few minutes before my alarm, then I'm just like laying there waiting for a couple minutes before it goes off. So I always just took that as he fell asleep, and even if it was for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, that maybe he opened his eyes just because at this point he's gone through it so many times that, I mean, when was the last time that he didn't have a 6 a.m. wake up? Especially if this is a loop that's been going for anywhere between 10 to 40 years. You've been waking up at 6 a.m. for 10 to 40 years. You're probably going to do that automatically.
True. I guess I was just wondering because it also feels like no matter what happens, that's when he wakes up. And it seems like he's gotten like whatever the sleep was.
That was I was
loop,
about to ask. Yeah,
like no matter what. What
if he just has like he goes into the loop with like 3 hours of sleep, so you're just always rocking no sleep.
Something that's interesting is that I read that the original ending of the movie had a twist in that he finally, essentially, Phil does what he needs to do, whatever revelation that is, whatever epiphany he has that he needs to stop this whole loop. He has that. He confesses his love for Rita in a more genuine way than what we saw, I think, maybe about halfway through the movie. But then she rejects him in this other ending. She rejects him
because it's only been a day.
Because it's exactly in her
good
experience.
Person.
Exactly. It's only been a day.
And
essentially, then it starts a loop for her.
Whoa.
And that was supposed to be, sort of like leaving on this cliffhanger. And I don't know if the film would have gotten a sequel where it's her in the loop. I don't know how well that would have worked. But still, I thought that was kind of an interesting idea for.
So she would have.
Sounds a lot like a movie that we were going to be doing in the future here.
Does it?
Triangle?
Well, I would assume Bill would, if there was a mythical sequel.
Yeah.
Like he would have been in it. I'm assuming she would have gone into the loop because it was now her turn to
experience this ego death or whatever.
But
so he would have known about the loop.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah. I'm spoiling all these.
I see.
So sorry.
Yeah.
I'll cut it out.
No, dude, that's a good.
Find me when you wake up.
Yeah. Find me when you wake up. Oh boy.
But so she would have been looping February 3rd, like that next day, or she would also be looping Groundhog's Day.
I don't know. Yeah, it didn't clarify that part.
Gotcha.
But so maybe it would be the day after, and she would kind of continue to go through the same thing. But I thought that was a cool idea, although just how her character is
the way she is.
The way that she is in the film, the way that she blooms in the film, I don't think that it really applies to her, because to me it kind of felt that Phil needed to go through that.
Yes.
Because he needed who he was.
Right. Rita was already set up to be a decently good person.
Yeah.
Phil was not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
It would have been kind of weird. Maybe they could have gone with Chris Elliott instead. It was his turn to start looping.
Oh, I feel so bad for him, for Larry. Boy, oh boy. Did that scene where they're doing the auction for the date?
I had to skip it. I knew what happened. Yeah, I was like, I can't do this.
What do you mean you knew what was going to happen to Larry, or you just get
like
the entire...
I've seen the movie before,
Okay.
So like when it got to Larry's part, I was like, we don't need to do my dude like that. It's just...
Are you a Chris Elliott fan?
No, it's just I was feeling for Larry at that point of just like, well, you're kind of getting the short end everywhere. And then you also don't really, you can pick up on the social cues of just like, oh, I'm going over here. Oh yeah, I'll go too.
Yeah, dude,
I'm like,
just
oh,
stop,
oh,
man.
Oh no.
If I'm ever with if I'm with a woman and I try to do that whole like movie theater, stretch my arms and put my arm around her shoulder, and then she
just like
casually just takes it off and moves
Yeah.
it, that's dumb. I'm not
killing myself.
Yeah.
Just get up and just walk away.
Yeah,
At that
yeah.
point.
Yeah, you're like, oh, all right.
Or and also there is no okay. What's the next move that I can do? There is that's over.
That
It's
was
done.
your move.
That-
It was rejected. Sally forth. Yeah.
It's like I know they say shoot your shot, but like when it gets blocked, just
That's it.
don't shoot again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, you're not playing basketball. But they're 25 cents, man.
Brutal.
25
Because it was what, 800 something? 800.
There's like 300, whatever money she had in
yeah.
her pocket, I think.
Yeah.
300 something dollars and 89 cents.
And then my boy's going for a quarter. The worst denomination of Washington.
Also, speaking of money, was Phil? I mean, I know Phil is a weatherman on TV, but is he also rich?
That's a good question.
Because
What makes you ask?
Okay, so he's giving away like. I mean,
Oh,
spoiler alert,
yeah.
on the day that he is no longer going to be looping,
Yes.
he gives money away. He buys WrestleMania tickets.
Yeah.
He's
Buys
had to
so
still
much
be
insurance.
buying her the insurance. He had to buy those piano lessons. I'm assuming also the ice sculpture lessons. Like, there's a lot of money he just gives away,
Yeah.
and that's not money that like magically comes back into his pocket because he restarts the day.
Yeah.
That was the final day.
Yeah. I had that same thought of like when the final day he wakes up and that face where he's like, oh, I'm like, that's a man that just spent an unnecessary amount of money on insurance.
Well, but I guess at the end of the day, though, like, some of those things weren't necessary. Sorry, I don't know why this text box came up. Some of the things would have already been, like, when it comes to the context of, like, the piano lessons. Like, maybe even though it was his last day, because he has knowledge of what happens in the past, that he has collected the skill, right, of being able
Yeah.
to do. So maybe that day wasn't the day he
did
even
piano.
paid for piano lessons, or
True.
because he'd already kind of done all of that learning leading up.
Except
into
she
that
was
final
there
day.
and she said he was his student. He was her student, so he had to have had them that day.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's
On the
fair.
jazz.
Because he
Yeah.
paid her $1,000 to kick out the girl
other-
that was in her
yeah.
house.
Yeah, that would have had to happen that day. Well, that okay, so that would have had to have happened.
He still would have bought them WrestleMania tickets. Now,
He
granted,
bought the
it's not
WrestleMania
today.
tickets.
It's not
Yeah.
today's WrestleMania, so they probably were like maybe like a couple $100 at
Yeah.
most. But he bought those. He was probably still had to pay for. He may not have had to pay for the ice sculpture lessons, but he would have still paid for the insurance.
Yep.
He gave the. I don't know if he still gave the homeless guy money, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming he may have still done that because he still felt for him, even though he knew he couldn't like save him.
Yeah.
And then,
Just to give him still a good last day.
Oh, that's a lot of money. Even still, even if there were things that he would have already been trained up. Yeah, that's.
But
Yeah.
then I
No. Go ahead. Dude.
I was just gonna say, but then at like that point, if you've been looping for 10 years to 10,000 years, does money still mean anything to you? Like, I guess you like understand.
probably not for him at this point. He's
Right.
just like,
Oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I've reached nirvana. Here you go. Here's all my worldly possessions.
that's also
Oh,
a
shit.
crazy thing to mentally now be like 40 years older.
Yes.
But now still have to live out the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Yeah.
now it's just different than what the planned.
Yeah.
path
Do you then
was.
become like a professional jazz pianist?
You can
I
become a
would.
professional anything.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ice sculptor.
Yeah. There is something though, I think somewhat I hate to say it, but almost kind of creepy about it, that especially towards the middle of the film where he is very obviously going through these loops with the clear intention of just like trying to sleep
Oh yeah.
with her, is trying to sleep with Rita.
Yeah. And then even Nancy too.
Yeah,
Like, it's like,
dude,
what's
especially
your
Nan- oh, that's two
English
Ritas.
teacher.
I feel
Look
like
at
he
that.
didn't
It's
even
Rita's
have
too.
to.
Sorry, when you made the comment about another movie that we're going to do,
Yeah,
that would have been
Rita,
similar.
Rita,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just forgot that Rhea.
But there you go.
And it's not like that's a common.
No.
Name.
Yeah.
No.
What I was gonna say is, I wonder if he had to do multiple loops with, was it Nina, or if that was like just a one.
Oh,
one-shotter.
yeah,
like
like
I think it may have been two, because he did have to like learn.
Yeah, like
because
see
he noted
her
her at the diner, and then he came to her like the next day.
Yeah,
but I wonder if just
earlier
that
in
next
the
day it
day.
was just like
that's all it took.
like got it.
Yeah, that's a good question because they don't show like another loop in between that. It's just hey, you wait for me right here, and then
She waited.
smash cut. Yeah.
What are some things that you guys would do, like, if you knew you were going into a situation like this, and even if you didn't, I suppose, what would you think you would use that time for?
I guess where are we? Is it like here or
just
in
here.
Punxsutawney,
Yeah.
PA, or wherever Punxsutawney is?
Oh, just anywhere.
Mhm.
What would I do? Oh, I would definitely be skill acquiring like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like fully fluent in Japanese. Fully like able to like learn coding. I'm paying heavy attention to the stock market.
Oh, yeah. Well, what does that...
My assumption is going to be that when I eventually get out of the loop, whatever is going up will continue to go up for like just enough. Because if it tanks somehow the next day, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like whatever money I have when the loop starts is going into like every single day I'm going to put it into that
stock.
just to see, until like the loop ends.
Because I was like, oh, you could buy like lottery tickets and stuff, but I don't think that would work because then it would be unless it's like the day of the drawing, you could get it like.
And if you already bought like a ticket and then the loop started,
yeah.
Well, I think another question kind of spun from that. What do you guys feel if you were to find yourself in a loop, such as Bill Murray's Phil Connor's Groundhog loop? What lesson do you feel you would have to learn? Like, what lesson do you feel the universe is trying to teach you if you found yourself in a time warp like that? I guess is there anything?
Do we know if he learned his lesson?
I think there was
what
no
the
like
lesson
clear...
was for him to actually learn.
Yeah, well, which is interesting you bring that up because that's another thing that I read about that the studio driving this very much wanted them to force a reason as to why this happened, some sort of on-screen explanation, like a witch doctor or somebody casting a spell that then, but obviously we don't ever get that, which I like. I don't think that it's not necessarily something that I needed to see. He's in it, but yeah. But what do you guys?
That's a very tough question. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's gonna take a lot of inward.
Exactly, a lot of introspection.
Like an inward inspection. It'd probably be to really. I don't know.
I would say maybe like decisiveness. I think would probably be my biggest heroic flaw.
Yeah,
To steal a literary term. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just being able to
make the decision, pull the trigger.
Probably like truly stick to commitments. Probably.
There you go.
I feel like these are all just like resolutions. Like New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I mean it's sometimes it could be. I guess and also I know it's maybe kind of a weird question to ask because in the case of Phil's situation, it seemed like initially in the film he wasn't the type of person to do that level of introspection to even ask himself that question before not that anyone would ever suspect that they would go to a small town in Pennsylvania and then find themselves stuck in a time loop. But
yeah.
I still don't feel like he like now that you really asked that question, because it feels like the lesson is he learned how to love, but I don't feel like that was something that people were saying he needed to do throughout the movie. In fact, I feel like ultimately people were just saying like you kind of maybe should stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
And if that was like
the same interview that I saw, they said that there was like no real reason like why, like how he finally broke out of it. So it was just supposed to be this nebulous thing. Yeah. But maybe it could have been, the whole Nirvana angle.
Feels so nebulous.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess I questioned myself because I think the last time I saw this was over 30 years ago, sadly. But like, I questioned myself at the end, like, would it be better or not if there was an external source? Like, if at some point, like, maybe throughout him, like, doing the suicide thing, if he like met God, and God was the reason for it, or like, Even because obviously the story is extremely close to another Bill Murray movie in Scrooged, in which it's him having to learn a lesson. Mm-hmm. It's just weird that in this case, like, we know Scrooge's lesson, and we know, like, the external sources that cause Scrooge to have to learn the lesson. It just doesn't feel like we get that here, and I'm okay with it. I realize I'm okay with it at the end, because ultimately it was just a very funny tale, but I think I was not okay with it all the way up until the point with the homeless man. And it was at the homeless man that I realized, like, I think that was when we were truly getting into, like, the really just, like, the full part of, like, the third act. Mm-hmm. And that was when I was like, all of it now really is truly coming together, because that was when he learned that despite all of these loops he's been doing, where I think he started himself to truly think he was God in a sense, he came upon a problem that the loop couldn't solve.
Exactly. Oh, like no matter what he did, he was going to die. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking the same thing as I was going through it, of when he kept asking to see the charts, so that almost as if he was trying to take that information into the next loop, and then be like, maybe I can change it. Maybe I can.
It's like the whole white fudge, like no white chocolate. Like when he's trying to like learn more about Rita.
Oh yes,
he's like and then she's like, "Why are you saying that?" He's like, "Whoa."
And then he just like backs, and it's that thing where it kind of felt like he's finally getting to that point where it's just like doing good for the sake of doing good. It's just like altruism.
Sure.
He finds, because up until that point, it seems like everything that he's doing, it is for a selfish reason. It's like, yes, externally on the surface, he looks like he is doing these nice things, but when you dig a little bit deeper, it is all like very selfishly, I'm doing this because I'm trying to get something in the end. And I think that's even very apparent where, and this might have come right before he finally starts that sequence where he just keeps trying to kill himself over and over again, to where he had learned so much about Rita that he thought, okay, this is in the bag. It's like, we're going to sleep together. And he's kind of aggressive, like, oh, stay, but he's still trying to be nice about it. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of seems like at that moment that he realizes, like, I don't know, maybe no matter how many times I go through this loop, I won't get to just
what I want.
Yeah, to sleep with her. I won't get this. It doesn't matter, because that's her conviction. You could go through it 10,000 times, but to her, it's that one day, and she's just not going to do it. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, it starts to become this thing where he just starts to do these nice things just for the sake of doing it. To where it's not, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm not trying to get in your pants. I just like trying to get to know people because they're people, and he just genuinely wants to know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you can see that throughout, like, the final day, because almost everything he's doing in that day does not involve Rita whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he doesn't, and that loop also doesn't have anything like the snow fight doesn't happen. Like at this point, like he's just out and about. Like he's helping that couple with the Wrestlemania tickets. He's helping the older,
Heimlich,
the Heimlich, his brother, by the way, again.
Brian
Murphy, who through this movie helped me learn that he voices Captain Knuckles.
Yes, dude. When he was talking, Buster Green, when he was talking, I was like, dude, his voice is so...
Because I was like, it's so famous. Yes, it's like almost Mr. Krabs.
Because I originally wrote, like, he sounds like Mr. Krabs, and I was like, no, he doesn't sound so much like Mr. Krabs. It's somebody else.
Marvelous
more like Captain Knuckles. And then I looked, I was like, yep, he's Captain Knuckles.
That's because it is.
Amazing.
Wow.
Also, did you know that the couple that got the tickets, do you know who the dude was?
Yes, I couldn't tell you, but I was like, hey, that's that guy. And I did have to look him up, and I still don't know his name.
General Zod.
Oh, yes, it was
Michael Shannon.
Okay. So Michael Shannon showed up in the cast list, and then I like completely forgot that Michael Shannon showed up in the cast list, and I was just like, okay, going about my business, and I didn't even think to look again
for him. In the film,
But was there like I mean, obviously there was a span of time, but between this and Superman, but like, was there other stuff he was in? Because like, I feel like I only know him as like an older man, if that makes sense. Like, because I was just like, oh, he's so young, like no wrinkles, just like, crazy.
I don't know what he was in the 20 years, because literally this would have been just 20 years later. 2013 was Man of Steel, right? So I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I know I've seen him in stuff, and I'm sure I've seen him in movies that predated Man of Steel, but I did not expect to see him show up in Groundhog Day. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that was not that you mentioned, yeah. Like, because I literally was like, Michael Shannon, huh? And then then the movie just kind of took me over.
Sure.
And I just stopped like
really looking for him. Yeah.
It wasn't really until like the Captain Knuckles part that like pulled me back out to make me go, whoa, it sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of voices, so Rita, maybe I wasn't hearing very well, or maybe something was weird. It seemed like she sometimes had a Southern accent, and then sometimes did not.
It felt like the Southern was what they were going for primarily, but there were moments where it seemed that it slipped a little bit.
It felt like whenever, like, because I guess because we have to hear lines so many times.
Yeah, over and over again.
Like, it felt like during the parts where they were, like, outside of, like when they were in Punxsutawney, like, covering Phil, that it didn't sound like she had the accent. And it didn't seem like she really had the accent until, like, the two were speaking, like, personally, like, close to each other, like whether it be in like the diner or when they were in his Airbnb, his
bed and breakfast.
B&B.
Yeah, take off the
his non-Airbnb.
No Jordan Sparks.
Then she suddenly had it, and I was like, well, where is she even from?
Yeah.
Sometimes I make it seem like she could be from like Colorado, and then at times it seems like she could be from Mississippi. But
because they just say that she's the new producer, right?
Yeah.
They don't give her.
She just kind of pops up.
Yeah.
In
front of that, what was she doing in front of that blue screen? I know it was at the very start of the movie, but like I was like, "What are you doing? Get away from there! You have a job to do." Yeah, just like ha 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 ha. Here's my hands in my hands.
Should be doing some producing right now.
Yeah, like girl,
what are you doing?
Earn your money anyway. Another question: how many loops do you guys think it would have taken you before you missed that big puddle? Because I was upset that he kept stepping in it, like even after the third time.
So I was getting upset too, because there's something in this movie and in Edge of Tomorrow that is not in our third movie that I now understand why it's not in our third movie. But beforehand, which was that in these two movies, it seems like they understand the loop almost too quickly, and as such, remember things in like almost too neat in order. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if you told me, like, if I suddenly relived yesterday, it'd be as if it was a brand new day for me, at least probably like 3 times.
That's fair.
Because, like, while I would start to recognize that, I would recognize pretty quickly that I'm in a loop, but that the sequence of events would be still like, I'd probably run into that puddle probably like 4 or 5 times because I'd be like, I know there's a puddle, but I can't remember when the puddle happens.
Yeah.
And then it's sure enough, I'd hit that puddle and I'd be like,
well,
okay,
there's a puddle.
But that also brings me. Actually, I want to know how long it would be for you guys before I bring up my next point.
I just feel like that's such an uncomfortable feeling of just being like wet to your knee in not sub-zero temperatures, but at least sub 30.
Yeah, cold enough.
Right, that I think that's jarring and uncomfortable. And I probably would be in the same. The number I say is probably not the actual accurate number, but I feel like I would hope that it'd be like number 3 or 4, just because we don't see him like changing. Like I feel like he keeps the same outfit throughout the whole day. So it's like, how long are you just soggy leg?
Yeah, soggy. I don't know why it made me think of soggy bread. Gross. I would say maybe 3 to 4, maybe 2. I don't know. It kind of depends. I think to your point though, Dame, about the loop not playing out exactly as it would. I think when I woke up, and granted, there's some things that I would not notice right when I woke up. It wouldn't be the same. Like naturally, my alarm music is always going to be the same. It's not going to be I'm tuning into this radio station. Why are they playing the same song at the exact same time? But some other things I might not do the exact same way. But I do want to hear what you're going to say about the other point you wanted to bring up before.
It's why during like the early part of the movie, why are things happening in the same sequel like fashion each time? And I noted it during the period of time where he himself started getting tired of the loop, and he walks like clean past the dude who he meets like right outside his room. He goes down, he immediately just grabs the coffee, drinks it, and leaves. but still runs into Ned and the homeless dude at the exact same points in time.
Yeah.
And logically, he should not even run into Ned.
True.
Because Ned should not be out in the middle of the street unless he's just been standing out in the middle of the street waiting for Phil to show up.
Yeah. Just take a different road. Yeah.
That's a really good point, and I feel like it's one of those where in a movie with a theme like this, with a motif like this, that they just choose not to.
That's like the movie of it all.
Yeah,
like it's you have to just buy in at some point. That's fair.
I've thought the same thing about our next movie with Edge of Tomorrow. It's like there are certain things that if you decided to walk past this or didn't do this, it is going to have an effect on how everyone else built who is kind of supporting this moment or this event is going to handle it. Like if you don't talk to somebody, even if it was just like a 10-second conversation, that's 10 seconds now that they're not occupied by. So maybe they get to where they were going to go a little bit sooner. Maybe that means they get killed a little bit sooner. Maybe that means they don't get killed at all.
Yeah, that's why, like, because I have that same issue with the next movie. But like in this one, it caught me off guard because I was like, why did he run into Ned?
Yeah,
Ned shouldn't be there. Also, the blizzard. Is the blizzard in between Punxsutawney and their way to Pittsburgh?
I
or
guess.
Like, where's the blizzard happening? Because it's stopping them from getting
somewhere
back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But somehow doesn't hit Punxsutawney because all the streets are clear and everything is just there's some snow, but like everything is clear. But I'm almost positive after he got back from the first, like right before the first loop starts, they get back to a very snowy Punxsutawney.
Yeah, I mean, because then like when they wake up on like the true next day, like there is like snow everywhere on the street, so that's a good point. Also, it's only an hour and a half from Punxsutawney to Pittsburgh, so they probably could have just left a half hour early and maybe not.
And yet somehow that's not ever his thought process.
Yeah,
he never just like the things that he does to try to break the loop aren't even like
because then you could just, I mean, if it's truly no consequences, like just test every option.
He could just steal a car and leave.
Exactly. Or 100. That's exactly where I was going. Just like don't even do your job. Yeah, just like I'm gonna go home. Like I don't want to be here. Actually. That's a great question.
Like I feel like they could have added that just for the simple fact of saying like, no, you cannot break.
Yes. Yeah. It is impossible for him to get out of this situation. It has to go this certain way.
A lot of questions. Which I love, like when it just drives.
Yeah, it's good
conversation.
Exactly.
It's a good
discussion.
Movie. It's one of those films where I remember it was, I don't know. It's in that weird period in my childhood where like it came out. I was alive when it came out, but I wasn't young enough to have any recollection of seeing it in the theaters. It was one of those films though that by the time I do remember seeing it, it was always just on TV.
This
was always snatching
a Star
bits and
64.
pieces.
Yep,
Exactly,
100%.
And so I naturally, not only because I'm not getting all the pieces to put everything into its proper context, but as I get older and can do that and can watch the film from beginning to end, you know, it's one of those where I'm like, man, I really do enjoy this film. I think it's a funny film, and it explores a pretty cool idea and does it in a good way. To me, it is obviously any movie's gonna have its issues, especially movies dealing with rules of time travel, time loops, and time warps. But it is, in my opinion, one that is done right. And
shall we move on?
You guys feel?
Yeah, to the final section.
So it seems like it's time for a little.
Stop. Just don't do it left hand. Ooh, I want to know how many Panharmonicons does this get? How many Panharmonicons does this get? How many Panharmonicons does this get? Boys, spit. Ooh, that was a little too hard. Yeah.
We'll edit on that one.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go first?
Sure. Yeah, I can go first.
Right.
I would say it's either a 4 or 4.5. I'm kind of in the middle on both of those. Definitely, it's a very good movie, and like you were saying, it does kind of really explore things, and it's not afraid to kind of show the darker sides because he tries to kill himself multiple times. So like, kind of showing not the full spectrum of kind of what the human psyche would go through in, reliving the same day for 1,000 or 10 years. I almost said 1,000 years. Well, no, yeah, 10 to 10,000 years. Jeez. So definitely not shying away from that, but still trying to tell a certain story. I think, and it does it very well. So I think, yeah, we'll go with a 4.5.
Nice, right.
This was going to get a 3 out of 5 for me, up until, as I said before, with the homeless man. Then it moved into a 4 out of 5 for me. That part just, I think that was when the movie clicked for me personally, because I think I understand it's a movie, and I'm supposed to not enjoy Phil's character. Like, he is not a likable person.
Yeah.
And as such, like, Bill plays it in such a way that makes you be like, I really don't like you. But then, like, he finally runs into a situation that he can't solve, but it's not a situation like the Rita thing where it's just him trying to figure out the puzzle of how do I get in bed with her. This is I'm trying to save somebody's life, and I'm now realizing that I can't, and I'm not God. This is not a me power thing that is like me just gaining my omnipotence. This is, I learned a lesson. Now I need to continue learning the lessons, and I'll either get out of it or I don't. Either way, I am now understanding that there's things beyond me. And as such, that's when the movie starts to get really feel good, and like it's just moving at like such a nice pace. He's like being so nice, and like everything's getting done, and then you just have that like ending day where everything just works. Yeah, and then he's free of it, and they get to go on about their day. I do think that a little too much lip kissing for people who've only really known each other for that day. Granted, he's known her for seemingly more of his lifehood than he has, but like she doesn't. But she's spurring on a lot of the lip kissing there. So like a little much on that, but otherwise, it goes from being a movie that was just like, you might be drawing on too much, to like, oh no, you ended it wrapped up. Yeah. Like a perfect little. Yeah.
Dude, I totally agree. Especially, again, it's one of those movies that doesn't have a super long runtime. It doesn't really overstay its welcome. I do, yeah. And to your point about Rita and the lip smooching, it makes me think I am glad that she did not return the "I love you" at the very end that he said. It's like I can see that maybe she's on a path to where eventually, yes, she might feel that way for him. But it makes more sense to me that he would say it, given how many times how well he knows her. And like 10,000 years, right? Like if that's the cap of what it took, then that makes sense. But to her, it being this experience that is only one day, that I'm glad that they at least stuck to their guns and not being like, oh, well, he just finally found a way to change her heart and who she was at the core. Because she's still who she is, and that's good. I give it a 4. It's a really fun flick to me, and I love, to your point, Andrew, about them not being afraid to get into the dark stuff, and especially showing how many different ways that he tried to die, and also just the pacing of it, of how the jokes were timed. And even though this is a dark moment when you think about it in its actual like happening in the real world, and like in the real world. But when he drives off that cliff with the groundhog, and Larry looks down, he's like, "Oh, he might be okay."
I love that, because the car is like full flipped over. Yeah. Like smoking. Yeah. Oh, he might be okay.
Oh, maybe not now.
I love how he's like a little bit to the left, like talking to the groundhog, like how to steer the car.
Oh, but yeah, good stuff.
Well, there we have it, folks.
So, yes, we are. And then, how did you guys feel about Groundhog Day? Let us know how many Panharmonicons out of 5 you give it by dropping a comment, whether that be on YouTube or Spotify. And on your respective platform, if you can subscribe or follow, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or rate us 1 through 5. We would greatly appreciate it. It means the world to us. And also mean the world to us if you continue giving us a watch or a listen, depending on your platform. But most of all, we want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents
a podcast.
This has been Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
We want to thank you for listening.
Oh, bye. Went back to the animal noises because it was applicable. I'm a groundhog.
You're a buck and a half. Anybody?
I bet 2 bits.
Oh, the lady for 25 cents.